Nepal is a beautiful country with some of the tallest mountains in the world, majestic fertile valleys, and a beautiful coalition of seasons. Knowledge of the resident culture of such a diverse country is critical before entering into work or collaborating with the country. Nepal's monarchy continued until 1991, in which King Birenda allowed the first free election. Nepal began testing the waters of democracy, eventually putting together a temporary ruling constitution. The Unified Communist Party, composed of Maoist supporters, was founded in 1994 and sought to replace a constitutional monarchy with a socialist republic, using violence if necessary. By 1996, the political atmosphere had become highly tenuous and combative. Maoist attacks soon spread, and a 10-year civil war ensued. To quickly end this war, the former king took control of the country, ending the war but leading to many strikes and dissatisfaction. In response to this, a parliamentary coalition stripped the king of his authority and invited the Maoist leaders to participate in the reformed, now republic, Nepal. Moving on to recent events. In April 2015, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake hit the area between Nepal's capital city of Kathmandu and Pokhara, killing thousands of people. Many buildings and historical landmarks were destroyed, and the earthquake triggered landslides in some areas and an avalanche on Mount Everest. This was the worst earthquake to strike Nepal in 80 years. Additionally, in September 2015, Nepal officially adopted a new constitution after years of political bickering. The passing of this new charter sparked political protests and riots across the country. While the constitution was intended to unify the country and improve development opportunities in Nepal, many groups have expressed their disapproval of laws regarding the status of Hinduism, state boundaries, and women's rights. Nepal has over 31 million residents, with more than half the population living in Terai, near Kathmandu, the capital. The rest of the population resides in rural communities near sources of water. The net population is growing at 1.79% per year, and the urban population is growing at 18.24% per year. Nepal is primarily composed of Tibeto-Burmese groups like the Garang Magar, Rai, Limbu, the Kali, and Sherpa. A substantial population of Indians and Tibetans also live in Nepal. The official language for Nepal is Nepali, an Indo-Aryan tongue related to Hindi. Nearly 45% of the population speaks Nepali to some degree, but people generally prefer to use their ethnic group's native tongue. Nepali's script counterpart is Devanagari, a derivative of Babylonian cuneiform. Many private schools use English as a language of instruction, so the ability to speak English is associated with better education and higher social status. About 81% of the population is Hindu, and 9% is Buddhist. About 4% of the population is Muslim, and 3% is Quran, a blend of animism, Hinduism, and Buddhism. Christians and people of other religions make up about 1% of the population. The Nepalese are very religious, family-oriented, and modest. Physical purity, spiritual refinement, and humility are highly valued. Meanwhile, personal privacy is not part of the culture, and is considered strange to want to spend time alone. The Nepalese are warm and hospitable. Hindus believe that being kind to strangers can enhance their status in the next life. In general, the Nepalese have great pride in their traditions. The Nepalese take care to look good in public and wear proper clothing for formal occasions. Men wear Western-style clothing more often than women, and women wear gold jewelry, occasionally nose rings. Married women of Tibetan background wear a baku, which is kind of like a jumper, and a colorful apron. Urban women and unmarried girls often wear a kurta sawal, which is colorful pants tight from the calves down, with a matching knee-length tunic called the Punjabi. Namaste is the most common greeting and parting gesture. In the interaction, a person places their palms together, fingers up in front of the chest or chin, and says Namaste, or Namaskar for superiors and elders. Men proceed to then grasp right hands. It is customary to first grip the right hand and then clasp it in the left. Educated men may shake hands with foreigners, or each other. An adult does not namaste a child unless the child does it first, in which case the adult may reciprocate. Among the urban elite, it is polite to address people by their titles, like professor, doctor, or director, or the suffix "ji" with the last name. Other words, people use terms like Dai for older brother, Didi for older sister, Bai for younger brother, or Bahini for younger sister, instead of names or titles. For instance, one may greet an older female coworker with Namaste Didi. In Nepal, it is rude to touch another person's head or shoulders. Men do not touch women in public. Even physical affection between married couples is reserved for home. However, members of the same sex may publicly express friendship by walking arm in arm or holding hands. One never points to the bottom of the foot at another person or uses it to move objects. An immediate apology is necessary if one's foot touches another person. To beckon, one waves all fingers with the palm down, pointing with the fingers impolite. Only the right hand is used for gestures, eating, or handling objects. The left hand is reserved for bathroom hygiene. Cows are sacred. One may not point a foot at them or touch them. When passing a temple, a stupa, Buddhist shrine, or a banyan tree, a person will walk around it, if necessary, to keep on one's right. Even though many Nepalese wear a watch, they think of time more as a series of events or tied to seasons than as a matter of minutes and hours. Visitors are made welcome even if uninvited or unannounced. It is polite to initially refuse refreshments before taking them. When entering a home, a Hindu temple, or a Muslim mosque, it is customary to remove one's shoes. The Nepalese eat 2 meals and an afternoon snack. In most homes, men and any guests are served first, followed by children, and then women eat last. People usually eat food with the right hand and sometimes a spoon.